Hi, I'd like to show you a quick tutorial on creating vectors. I'm going to start here with create polyline, so I'll select that, and here you can draw either straight lines or angled lines. If I press Control, it will set a snap mode of 15 degrees. Here I can actually set my length, so I could actually type in a point. So let's say for instance I wanted this line, it's already started, and I want it to finish at 0, 0, which is my bottom left hand corner. So I could just type in here 0, 0 and then add point. So that's gone down to 0, 0. So there I have a polyline. If I click draw smooth polylines and then just start creating some lines, there you can see it's gave me a wiggly line. This is because I have draw smooth polylines on there, so I could just keep on going and it would create wiggly lines. That's basically the polyline creation. I can also select it, I'll just take off the smooth polylines, and I can also just keep the button pressed down and it will just let me draw. So I'll just escape that, just delete that. I'll go into a little bit more detail of drawing precise vectors in the next little tutorial. Here we have create rectangle, so you can just create a rectangle, set the size there, and you can also put corner radii on there if you like. So let's just preview that. And a little tip, if you press F9 it will place any vectors in the center of the page. I can also move these in a 90-degree snap mode by either pressing the up and down arrow keys, as you can see there, that's moving, or left and right, or I can press Alt and then just move. This will keep it within an orthographic mode at 90 degrees. So I'll just leave that there and I'm just going to delete it. Here we have create a circle, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can set the center and you can set the size of the circle. So I'll just delete that. And here we have create an ellipse, which is basically the same, but on this page you can select the height and the width of the ellipse, and you can also give it an angle. I've rotated that round at 45 degrees. So I'll just delete that. And here we have create polygons, so I can select there and I can change the number of sides. Let's say for instance 5 sides, and it will change it to 5 side polygon. I can select the center and I can also select the radius. So say for instance if I wanted the inside to be 50mm, then that would change that to 50mm. So I'll just delete that, and under the flyout menu we have create stars. So I'll just select there and it will bring it out to the same as the polygon, which has in this particular instance 8 number of points. And then once I let go I can bring the mouse inwards and it will create a star. So I can change now the number of points to say 5. So there we have a 5-pointed star. I can set the angle of that if I like, say 45 degrees. So that's moved the star around, and I can also select the radius. Let's just say for instance 50 for the first points, and then the inside points, let's set that quite small, so it's created quite a thin star there. So I'll just delete that. Here we have create arc. These are quite self-explanatory. I'll just use the start, end and point on an arc. So I'm just going to draw a straight line here, and when I reach the end point I can just drag the mouse up and you can see here the radius is changing. I can enter a radius here if I like. Just changing the radius, I'll just do it to there. So that's an arc. Here we have create vector text. So if I select that and select here, at the moment it's Arial. all these fonts here with an A next to them, these are Artcam fonts and have been specially modified to work better within Artcam. These are all the fonts that are installed on my system. So I'm just going to leave it at Arial for the time being, and I'll just type in some text. I'm going to create a circle now. Let's just say there, and I'm going to press F9 just to center that. And what I'm going to do is wrap this text around the circle. So I'm going to select the text and then Shift and press the circle, and I'm going to select this, wrap text around a curve, and there you can see it's wrapped the text around the curve. I can set it to be on the baseline. I can change the size of this, let's say for instance 10mm above, or I could set it minus 10mm below. I could set different specifications for it, so it's on the centre line of the circle. I could also have it below the line, and I could change the text spacing so it moves the text out. So let's keep it there for the time being, and I can sweep around the curve. I can stretch to fit the curve so it stretches all the text out. Align to curve, which is what I had, and I can also move the text around. So I'm just grabbing this and moving it around. I can select single words, not going to show you that because I only have one word, but I can select single letters. So let's say for instance if I wanted to move this around like so, I can just move individual letters. So let's say that's the way that I want this particular text to look, and then I OK that, and I can just delete my circle if I wish, and then we have some text.